Hello there, everyone, and I really do hope that you're having a great day. I am so excited to show you this release. There are some really fun things in this one. So thank you so much. If you are here joining me, hello there. Samara, sorry, and Gazelle, and the lovely Angel is behind the badge today. She gave me a bit of a nudge, so thank you, Angel. So if you are here and you do share this live stream, you are in with a chance of winning a $15 gift certificate to the Altenew store. So you may be able to use it on some of the products that I will be sharing with you today. Also, some of these have actually already sold out, so I'll give you a heads up on which ones have. That doesn't mean that you can't still get them. You can still go over to the website, put in your email, and then when we get these back in stock, you will actually get an email to let you know that it is in stock. It is funny because this is kind of a smaller release and quite a few of the items have sold out. So if you were kind of wanting to get some of these, I probably would recommend going and grabbing them. So hello there, everyone that has popped in. Hello there, Sparrow. Another Angel. Say hey, Angel. And this is not April. Oh, this is not April. Okay. So hello there, everyone that has popped in. Sorry, it is a little bit hard for us to kind of look at the comments while we are trying to do this, but I am going to jump straight in. So we have a fabulous new release yesterday, I believe it was. So there was a lot of goodies and it is so fun. There is a cool kind of different look about these ones. So this is one of the ones that have sold out, but like I said, you can definitely, I don't know what's happening there. Wait a minute. I know what's wrong. There we go. All right, so you can definitely go and grab, not grab this one. You can definitely go and put your name on the, for you to get an email. Sorry, that one was a bit squiffy. So this is the Crafty Life Kit, Coral Reef Wonders. Right, get your teeth in, Lydia. Sort your life out. Right, so, I don't know what's up with me today. I just can't do it. So in this kit, you are going to get a 6x8 stamp set. You can see that we have this fabulous whales here. We have the manta rays. We have a little diver with his little bubbles. This is such a fun image you can see here. So it's kind of like looking up at a school of fish kind of going around, and I think that this is a really cool one. On here we have some punny sentiments, so we don't tend to do that quite a lot. So if you are into puns, this may be one that you want to grab. Remember, in each of our packaging you do get inspiration. So in here you get 4 different cards that you can kind of create with this one. Next up, we also have a layering die set. Now, these are the most realistic fish dies I have ever worked with. So we have the little fishes, and just, I'm hoping to kind of use these, even though we don't have them for sale. I did have an idea to use these, and I'd already done my prep, but hopefully we can kind of sneak these ones in. But just look how cute they are. Also, on this die set, it is very clever because, as we know, these fish are actual real fish, not real fish as in they will come to life, but they are kind of designed on a fish. So you have the layering guide in here. So you have it for the Moorish idol, the yellow tang, blue tang, 2 clownfish, and also my favorite animal in the world, a little turtle. But on the dies themselves, it actually tells you what color that you need to cut that piece from. So these 2 pieces here are from dark orange. This is from light orange, white, white, black. It is so clever. So you're not even going to need to kind of figure out what color cardstock you need because it's literally there written for you. So then we have these 2 that work perfectly together. We have 3D embossing folder, which features a really beautiful wreath image. And then you're going to have the stencils that color that in, but you also get another little scene, which is kind of a slice. I say a slice of the sea. It's like you had the sea and you've gone straight through it. So you slice through it so you can see the top, bottom, and the sky. And then you also have the seaweed and the rocks. So you can create your own scenes. It is amazing. Again, in here you have all the inspiration, and just a great one if you do love the sea, want it a little bit less cutesy than where I've seen it. This is a little bit more realistic. So that one is the Coral Reef Wonders. This one is our Builder Garden, and this is the Leaning Lily. This is the project that I created, and I just think that that image is so, so pretty. So in the kit, you're going to get the colouring stencil, which is going to colour in the stamp that you get. Also, you get a lot of different sentiments in there. You get the die in this kit as well, so you get that cuts around the image, and also the larger sentiments. And also you get a mini blending brush with the Builder Garden as well. So if you wanted to kind of get these, but you wanted to kind of do it monthly, you can do if you subscribe to the Builder Garden, because you get one of these every month. All right, so I'm just gonna move that one out. So that one's still for sale if you did want to grab that one. And on the website, Erin's done a stunning card with this one, and so, so beautiful. Next up, we have a Forget-Me-Not. Now, these are the most cute flower that I have in my garden. It's not ripe, it's not blooming just yet, but I'm so excited to have this bloom in mine. And you are going to be able to get this exact look with the placement of all those flowers because we have the keyhole system. So we have the keyhole system on each of the layer 1, which actually says on the dies. We have layer 2 written again on the dies, layer 3, and flower centers. How clever is that? And then you have the stem. So the ones that you have on the flowers, once you have made those up, before you pop on the top of your flower center, you're going to be able to line it up with the stem to get this exact layer. And I just think that that is so, so cool. You don't even need to think about the placement. If I didn't have the keyhole system, I would be there for hours kind of thinking, oh, it's slightly better this way, or is it supposed to go that way? And this just takes out that kind of wiggle, the little bit of time that it takes you to kind of figure it out a little bit. But I'm in love with this. Also, layering guide. Best layering guides inside the packaging yet there. So that one is the Crafty Flower Forget-Me-Not. So, so pretty. Okay. Now, this card is very unlike me. I kind of threw everything at this one. This one, I have to say, is actually sold out at the minute, but if you do want to grab it, you can do. If you pop your name into the PDP on the product page and add in for your email, and then we're going to be able to kind of let you know when this is back in stock. This is the Creative Cuts Zero Waste Beneath the Blue. And in this, what you're going to get is you're going to get this zero waste die. So what that means is you're going to be able to use the background as well as all of the fallout pieces. And then to kind of round that out, we have these 2 rock images that you're kind of able to use to create your own little under the sea floral displays. I know it's not a floral display, but I did treat it like a floral display when I did this. You can see that we have the rocks there. In the rocks, you do get the embossed pieces, and this jellyfish is just ever so sweet. So I only stuck it down there. Also for the background, I don't know if you can see here, I used the what we're calling the waste from the zero waste, so the background piece, and I used that as a stencil and used our fabulous glitter paste through there to create that background. So it is a very fun one, and you're going to get all of these pieces. So all of these are all the little pieces that are going to fall out of this. How cute is that? Right, so that one is the Zero Waste Beneath the Blue. Remember, if you want that one, do sign up for it. Hello everyone that has popped in. We are so glad that you are with us. The amazing Angel is behind the badge today, and she is giving out all of the links when I go through these products. I am trying to keep it super speedy so we are able to go through a project. So this one is our mini delight for this month, and this is the graceful seahorse. Now you are going to get the layering die and also the stamp set. Let's take a look at the stamp set first. You can see that it is a 3x4. We have two different kind of seaweeds in here, even though I don't like the word seaweed, maybe we can say sea kelp. And then we also have some sentiments, and even in our little mini stamps, you are going to get inspiration, which I love. Also, with our little mini layering die set, you are going to get the layering guide within it too. How cute is that? Also, a little bit of more inspiration on there. And also, I do have to say that the inspiration on the back of the die is different than the ones that you get in the stamp set. So you're actually getting 3 inspirational pieces in one kit. So I find that that's good, right? Everyone loves a little bit of added inspiration. So you can see that we have the layering guide and also those little dies there. And I am going to lift this up and just, he is so, so cute. So you can definitely play around with the colors on here. I think using some glitter paste over the top to give him a little bit of sparkle and shine would be magnificent as well. But yeah, this is a really great one as well. So if you want to try out the kind of sea theme that we have going on here, but didn't want to, you know, spend too much, maybe this is one that you want to kind of grab. All right. Next up is the One Go Solid Sentiment Banners. Now, we do have it available in the press plate. I don't actually have the packaging for this. I just have the prototype, so you will get the pre-packaging, don't you worry. We also have the stamp set, which is sized exactly the same, and also the One Go Solid Sentiment Banner die. So this is going to cut out the stamp set and also the press plate. And it is so, so cool. So in here we have just wanted to say hello, sending oceans of love, wishing you a great day, deeply grateful for you. You are in my thoughts. I'm always here for you, thinking of you always. Smile, it's your day, and sending you big hugs. So there's a kind of mix of things that you can use for the sea and just general hello occasions too. So there it is, and I have already foiled that. You know me, as soon as I get a One Go sentiment, I am foiling that a lot, so I don't have to do it over and over again. I just do it all in one go. Also, you can stamp those as well. Next up, we have Coral Arch die set. This is so sweet, and I am going to be using these little fish in my demo today. I don't know if we're going to get around to using the arch itself, but we're definitely going to be using those fish. So you can see here that you have that arch image with the coral and also the seaweed and those little 3 fish that you can play around in there as well. And there we go. You can see that we have, oh, it's so, so cute. I've done some really light colors on here, but the inspiration on the website has some really bold colors that you might want to go and check out. Next up, we have pond lilies. If you are a lover of a smaller layering flower set, this may be one that you want to kind of pop into your basket. You can see that we've got these pond lilies or water lilies. And also we have the water lily pads as well. The lily pads, they are so cute. I actually used the petal shaper tool just to kind of go around that outside to give us the lip that you normally see on water lilies. Oh, and the background, oh, look at that. What I did was I ink blended my panel and then I went over it with the glitter paste just to give that really beautiful kind of glitter effect on there. This was kind of taken from here, but then I kind of took it my own way. Again, in here, you do have the layering guide. You can see that we've got the keyholes to help you pop those flowers together really quickly as well. So really great set that. I was planning to use that. I don't know. You know what I'm like. I start things and then I go my own way. Now, this is one that took a turn. So this is the Ocean Windows die set. So if you go and check out the inspiration on the website and also the blog hop and things like that, you'll see the ocean windows used as ocean windows and maybe a pond. When I saw it, I was like, no, that's a geode, surely. Yeah, I went a little bit wild on this one. I've got a little bit of a dog hair on there. But if you wanted to see how this one was created, if you check out our YouTube channel, start of the blog hop today, and I've shown you how I actually created this card. There was quite a few steps, but I do think that it turned out really well, and I am just loving the sparkle on that. Yeah, Sophie, if you did want to grab hold of the Craft Your Life project kit, I would recommend that you go over to the product page, pop your name where it says sign up for an email, and then once it's back in stock, we will actually email you so then you can go and be one of the first to grab it. So yes, so there we go. If you want to check that one out, go on to the YouTube channel. After this, of course, I may have some good inspiration beforehand, but yeah, go and check that out. And also the other cards that are on the hop are really cool as well. Okay, I'm trying to get through these really quickly. I don't have that much to go through. Next up, we have Lily Pad Dreams. If you think that this looks pretty familiar, we did release this for a March mindfulness retreat, and we're just kind of selling through some of the ones that we found in the warehouse. So this is Lily Pad Dreams. We have the layered stencil and also the 3D embossing folder that matches. So you can kind of use these together to create your own little pond scene. So I've used the embossing folder. I kind of did it off the cardstock. I wanted to create a little bit different image. I then colored it in with the stencils and added a little bit of detail in with my markers. Okay. Pop that over there. All right, so this one, I am sorry to say, is actually sold out as well. But like I said, if you want to grab it, you can go over to the website and pop your name in to be notified when we get it in. This is the Whispering Waves. And just looking at it like that, you're like, oh, okay. But when you turn that over and you see the image, oh, it just makes my heart very happy to see that. And this is the image that I kind of created for mine. It is better in real life. You know, it's always a little bit weird in a camera. But what I did is I put a piece of watercolor cardstock in this. I ran it through my embossing folder. My die cutting machine in the embossing folder. I then colored it in with some watercolors. Then, because watercolor kind of flattens out the embossing, I ran it through again, making sure that I'd lined it up. And then I grabbed my white pigment ink and just kind of softly went over the waves, and it kind of just caught on the top of the highest embossing, which then gives the kind of impression of that foam. So it is a really, really great one to play with. And I've seen this done with ink embossing as well, ink blending, where they've kind of gone up on an ombre effect, and that looked just as pretty as well. So I imagine there was a lot of inspiration with that one. Right, so we have two more stencils and then something a little bit different to share with you. This is the Undersea Jamboree. In here we have 3 different stencils, and what these are going to do is they're going to layer together to create this fun background image. So you have the seaweed, you have all of these individual fish, sea fish, starfish, little fish, shells, and then you also have a bubble layer. Now, if you're going to use it with inks, you can just layer them up one on top of the other, and you are going to get these kind of fitting in the perfect placement, but you can also kind of move them around to create, you know, bubbles on top of them, move the fish around if you want to as well. Last in the stencils is the Flourishing Coral. And this is a very cool background stencil. Now, it's not overly oceany, but it does have that kind of coral effect in each of these diamond pieces that you can see here. A great one to add to any design, really. just to add a little bit of softness and a little bit of difference to the backgrounds. All right, on to the something a little bit different. So if you have a person in your life that's not really into crafting, but you want to kind of nudge them in a little bit, this may be something that you want to go for. This is the Floral Elegance Greeting Card Kit. I also think that this is a great one for kind of if you're going on vacation and you want to take something crafty, but you don't want to take all your supplies. This may be one that you want to kind of throw in there. And these are the cards that you're going to create. So you're going to be able to create 6 different cards just using this kit. Fanny Dias, thank you. There's any of these apart from the subscriptions? Are any of this apart from the subscription kits? Can you let me? Can you confirm your question a little bit more? I'm not sure if you. I mean, the ones that I've shown afterwards, after the Mini Delight, they are not subscription. Everything beforehand was. Hopefully that answers your question. So this is the cards that you're going to be able to create. So you're going to be able to create some with a zinnia in a little frame. You're going to be able to create ones with a dahlia on, and then we also have these. They are kind of more on the simple, clean and simple look, but you have everything in this kit to create those, and you're going to have things left over. All right, so I will kind of show you through a kit. I have made one of the cards out of this one, so it's not complete, but it's as complete as I have one. So in here, you're going to get 3 packets of die cuts. And in each of the packets of die cuts, you have enough for 2 cards. So this one has the kind of zinnias in here and the frames. Then for the cake cards, you have enough for 2 cards in here, 1 pink and 1 of the turquoise color. And then we also have the other card, which was the dahlia, which has the huge dahlia on, this one. And you have enough die cuts in there to create those. Now, on the die cuts, hopefully you can see, we do actually have the keyhole system on these as well. So you don't need to kind of take your cutting machines with you on holiday. You can literally take those, play with them, do it with your fingers, and you're going to be able to create some beautiful images. You're also going to get a pack of mini gem sparkles. This is the citrine color. I think that goes really, really well. You also have a lot of sentiment strips in here. So you actually have 25. So you're going to have enough for these cards and then for other projects as well. And lots of different occasions in there. You have 6 A2 card bases and 6 A2 envelopes. So once you've created the card, you can then post them. You have the most cutest craft glue. Now, I've created all of the cards using my glue. I have tons of this left, and it's a good quality glue. So I am going to use this for future projects. I'm just keeping it in this box for now so I could show you, but now that's going to get put on my shelf because I really do like this glue. One of my favorite parts of this kit, and I know it's going to make me sound really weird, is the foam adhesive squares. Now, it's called squares, but these are not squares. We have some, hopefully, I'm going to try and move it so you can see. We have like strips. We have some larger strips. We have these teeny, tiny little rectangles. We also have some squares. We have some bigger rectangles and then some normal sky squares at the top. But that means that if you're using these die cuts, you're going to be able to kind of put these on the back, and you're not going to need to cut any of them because you're going to have one here, the perfect size. And you can see that I have not used many of those at all to create one of my cards. But yes, these are definitely great for sharing with beginners, for someone suggested there for grandkids. Yes, definitely. I like I said, I would be throwing this in my vacation bag or taking it to the caravan with me, because I don't have a lot of room in my caravan to kind of store most of my card making supplies. But with this, if I wanted to make something, I could, and I can always just create the flowers and then shop the rest of my stash and kind of add these pieces to it as well. So don't just think, you know, it doesn't have to be just there. But yeah, that's a good one as well. So I know that the lovely angel is going to pop the link in for that one, and let us get crafting, shall we? My voice now hurts and I want to create something pretty. My idea is to use the ocean windows die set, and I'm going to use these two, the pond lilies, and also the coral arch die. And what I wanted to do, this might take a little time, but I wanted to create a layered shaker card. So I'm going to use the ocean windows dies, and I have some panels of cardstock already cut here. I think this is Galactic Extreme. I have them all here, and I'm trying to think of the names, and I don't need to because they're literally here. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Galactic Stream, we have the Lagoon, how did I forget that? We have Aqualicious, and also Volcano Lake. Not sure if I'm going to use all of them, but we will see. And I also have a piece of white cardstock as well, because when I'm creating a card, I don't, you know, with all these colors, I mean, I could have a color right on top, but we'll see how it goes. So this is going to be my kind of background piece that we have, and we have the other ones here. Right, ocean windows die. I am going to grab my die cutting machine, and because I am going to be doing my exercise for the day, I am going to stand up. All right, die cutting machine. Yeah, like I said, this one may take a little while. We may just get through one project today, but that is fine. One's better than none. And especially, I've shown you all my other projects, so hopefully that inspires you as well. I am going to grab my piece of scratch paper. You know me, I do not clean my top plate, so I always leaves dirty marks. So I am going to grab this first one, and I'm thinking that's going to be a bit too large for my shaker card, so I'm gonna mess it off. I know, rebel Lydia, rebel. So I might not need all of those color cardstock, so I'm going to just pop that down, add my scratch paper on top, and run that through. Thank you, Angelique. Yeah, I went a bit crazy with the geode. There was a lot of sparkle on that one. Okay, so there's our first one cut. Now, these are little things that I will find tomorrow. And then what I'm going to do is line that up with the next piece that I'm going to cut. I'm actually going to miss out this color, which was the turquoise, so sorry. And then I'm going to grab the kind of next layer that we have. Pop that down, remove the white one, and then run that through. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, so then we have these two pieces that are gonna line up. Maybe I've got it the wrong way. There we go, Lydia. All right, so then we're gonna take the next piece, line that underneath, and then take the third layer and just pop that into place. Remove these two, and then die cut that one. Okay, so that's all of the die cutting for the shaker window. So I'm going to move that off to the side because I'm going to kind of put those together first. So I have my layers. If you're anything like me and you just throw things over to the side, you will appreciate this in the morning, because I do every time, because I know which dies I am missing. So before I kind of stick these together, I do want to add a little bit of ink blending to these two pieces. Just to, you know, make it a little bit more expensive. Finish it off a little. I have Easy Breezy out. I think this one will work. Yep, there was a class using these as well. Minimalist Magic. You can still purchase it, I believe. So I'm just going around that outside edge of this just to add a little bit of depth to it. Okay. Now remove that one. And then I'm going to go a little bit darker, so I'm going to go Lagoon. I might need to go a little bit darker because it's actually Lagoon cardstock, but I think we'll be fine. So just going around the edges. If I feel like I've got too much ink on my little blending tool, I do tap it off in the lid, and then I can kind of reuse that ink so it doesn't go to waste. Okay. Okay. Right, so I have my layers. And if you're anything like me, you have kept the packaging from your sticky mat. But what I did notice was that there was kind of a grid line still on mine. And what I figured is if you take an eraser and you rub over the acetate on that grid line, this eraser actually gets rid of that grid line. I don't know why it is, but it does. So I should have maybe done a little bit more, but I wasn't expecting to use this whole piece, but I'll kind of go with it. I'm going to stick with, but yeah, you can see it slightly on there. So if you wanted to reuse the packaging, because we all do, right? And you did want to get rid of the grid line, just grab your eraser and that will sort it out. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add some of that acetate behind. Mom of 5, 1991. Yeah, we have a craft stash. It's not an app as such, but when you buy from the website, it actually adds it. If you're signed up on your account, it actually adds all of the products that you'll purchase. And then when you're kind of looking through the website, if you're looking at a product and you're like, oh, that's nice, I'll actually say kind of at the top of it, like purchased on so it stops you. Yeah, I thought it was really handy. Yes, definitely the dolphin would be cute. Okay, so I'm just adding some adhesive back there. Remember, when you're sticking the kind of window down, it doesn't need to attach kind of all the way around, but when you are using the foam tape, then it will. Just adding that on. Let's give that a bit of a trim. Thank you, Angel. Yes, my craft stash it's called. It's really, really handy. Okay, so we're just cutting around that. And then what we're going to do is grab some foam tape. Now this is the thicker foam tape that we've got in the 1/2 inch. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that around. Now remember, with a shaker window, you definitely need to butt up the foam tape so you don't have any gaps in it. I find that using the thinner one is good for creating this window itself and then kind of going around with the thicker one. Okay. So there's the kind of thinner one, and I do have the same depth on this one. I think this is the 1/8 of an inch rather than the 1/16. I believe that's the one. But I love the fact that we've got different sizes in the foam tape. Now you don't have to lay them up. Like for shaker cards, I think that the extra depth like you get with this fat one really does help get all of those little bits moving. Okay. Okay, so there's one. Let's get this other one done. So just using the ultra sticky tape to stick the reclaimed acetate from packaging. I always love to use the packaging for shaker cards because, you know, it's a little bit of recycling. I feel like I'm trying to do a little bit more of my bit because, you know, being a crafter, we are a little bit excessive with the amount of packaging that we may pick up if we have a lot of stamp sets. So using that plastic again on shaker cards to give someone else enjoyment, I think it's worth it. All right. These tweezers are just so good for helping me get things off. So I'm just gonna line that one up, give this one a bit of a trim. Doesn't need to be perfect. Oh, it's going to be a lot of foam tape, Sue. I'm going for it today. I feel in the mood for some depth. Yeah, we're working with an ocean theme. We may as well add as much depth as we can. Okay. And I'm stood up, so we know that I'm working today. Remember, you do need to make sure that all of the kind of pieces of these foam tape too need to butt up against each other. Okay. And I'm just getting all of my pieces ready so we can kind of pop it together and get more of a satisfying feeling at the end, right? Try not to use as much foam tape, Sue. Sorry. Okay, so that's our second piece, and then we have this third piece. The other piece of cardstock is just going to go at the bottom. Oh, this one, Pam, this is the gold glitter. I also use the gold gel pen. You can see exactly how this was made if you check out the YouTube channel, and I'm sure that that video went live today. I'm pretty sure it did. Wrong one, Lydia. Flat tape on the back. Yes, Cordelia, we're going really deep. Although this is actually only going to be a pond, so it's a really deep pond with some tiny little fish in it. Because my husband has restricted me to have a pond in the garden. We're going to make a pond in my craft room instead. Yeah. Also, the idea of this layered shaker is that we're actually going to use different colors of sequins to kind of get a different look with each layer. Yeah. Let's try it, hey? Oh, thank you, Pam. Yeah. So if you can hear me humming, I went to choir on Monday and we started a new song, and it is stuck in my head. And I'd never heard the song before, but you know, obviously you have to learn it. And yeah, it's stuck in my head. So I am sorry for the humming. It's there and it will not go. Okay. Just lining that up. Thank you everyone for sharing as well. It does mean so much when you also that you're here with me. Ugh, the fact that I've got some interaction in the comment section, even though I have to read it, it makes my heart happy. Because normally when I'm crafting, I'm here by myself, talking to myself. So at least I've got you guys there for some interaction today. So thank you very, very much. Yeah, definitely. The fish have got to be somewhere. Okay. Now this one's going to be a little bit more tricky to kind of get around all of these pieces because I don't want to go over those. But again, you are still going to want to butt up those pieces so you don't get any of the sequins escaping. Dolores, no, it's not an app, but what it is it is a kind of page on our website. When you have your account open, you have the My Craft Stash page. So go to your account, sign in, and have a look on the kind of drop-down menu and look for My Craft Stash. And you're going to be able to see everything that you bought from the Altenew website. I think it's after a certain date. I don't think it's like from when we first started. But it's going to give you a good idea of the new stuff that you've bought anyway. I know, we all talk to ourselves. We all need export advice, right? And that's how I'm going to go with it. So we now have all of our layers and we can pop this. Look how cool that looks. Just like that. All right, okay. So I am going to add this layer on first. So I'm just removing all of these pieces. Oh, Sandy, I do not believe that that is true. I'm sure you have a lot of people that love to listen to you. Right. Okay, I'm gonna try and go for a mix. So I'm gonna go with Crystal Moonlight. Actually, I'm gonna go with these ones. These ones are the most sea-like to me. So these ones are the clear iridescent, and I'm just gonna go with a mix of these. Ooh, look at that. So this is like the larger ones. I don't normally use these huge ones on cards, and I find that they're kind of the best place for shakers. Maybe some tiny ones too. Okay. I don't want to put any more in. Okay, so next layer is this one. So I'm going to line this one up. If I need to trim around the edges, I will. I'm not going to worry too much. So I'm going to do the same for this one. I'm just going to remove. Oops. For the next one, I'm going to go with the silver sequins. And then the last layer, I'm going to go with blue. Let's see. All right. Oh, look at these. Oh, no, Lydia. No. Blue. I'm going blue. Shimmering Pool is next. Oh, look at that. They are like a mermaid's tail. Okay. All right. Let's add some smaller ones too. I don't know why I'm whispering. I got too excited maybe. Oh no. You don't want things to land over there. You're not escaping anywhere. Okay. Come on. Okay, and then we're going to go with the next layer. Crystal, I am not sure off the top of my head. I know that we have our own one on the website. I'm not sure if Angel's able to help. If not, please email support@altenew.com and we'll try our very best to help you out. Okay, so I'm going to remove this last layer of foam tape, and this is quite huge. So this is going to be quite a wide card. So if you were planning on sending this one, it might cost you a little bit extra, but you could always give it. And I think, you know, for like little kids, they're not really interested in our florals. I know that we love them, but they're like, yeah, okay. But I reckon if you give them a shaker card, they're going to love it with those little fish on. Okay. This one is the Dazzling Diamond. Ooh. Okay. Yes. Actually, yeah, I am. Oh, it's been a while since I've had this much fun making a card. Sometimes it's under like time pressure, and I'm like, right, I need to get like 12 cards done this week. This is like, no, I've got an hour. Okay. Oh my word. Can you, everyone can see that, right? Look at all the layers of sequins that we've got in that. Okay. I could say my work here is done and I would be happy with that, but we are going to embellish this. Right, okay, so let's move some things out of the way, Lydia. And I'm sorry if you're not happy with me getting so excited, but I am. This is bringing me joy today. I'm really happy that you guys are with me, and I'm feeling very joyful. So I have my part done, and we are going to add some little fish on there. We are also going to add some lilies. So let us grab the lily pond dies. And I want to keep these quite neutral, so I'm going to cut these out of white cardstock. I'm just going to go with 2. Yeah. I mean, I'd probably go for 3, but I'm trying to keep myself less excited. I might do 3. No, we're going to stick with 2 for now, and then we'll see. We're running out of time, so 2 it may have to be. Okay, so we're just going to run these through. Whew. That got me right in my core today. Okay, so we have all of our flower pieces. We are going to add a bit of ink blending to those. Okay. Move them over. We are going to need the flower centers. I do have, I was going to say, a yellow flavor of cardstock over here. I believe this is one of the darker ones, Honey Drizzle cardstock. And I am going to do both of the flower centers here. So if you go to the website, there is a number of different foam tapes on there. We have a thicker one, we have a thinner one, we have a bundle of all of them. Dolores, I'm not sure where the share button is. It depends on where you're watching it. It looks like you're watching it on YouTube. Angel, do you have any idea? Because I'm actually not able to kind of help with this one just yet. So I have my little pieces for those flowers. I believe there's a share button underneath the video, but I am not 100%, so I don't want to say that that's the way to go when I'm not 100% on that. I like to double check my sources. Okay, so I'm going to also need some lily pads, and I have some green here. I believe this is Misty Meadow or Mossy Sage. Thank you everyone for trying to help Dolores. Thank you, my ladies and gents. Right, so I'm running that through, and hopefully we're getting to the point where we've got all the bits needing to put this together. Okay, I do have, oops. I'm going to do another load of the pads because I'm going to need 3 of those. I can't have 2 flowers and 2 leaves. That'll, no, nope, it'll bug me. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so we have our pads, we have the flower centers, we have the flowers, we're going to need some little fish, and we're going to be taking those. I mean, we could use the fish from the project kit, but no one can get those of yet. I mean, if you've already got them, congrats. But you can still get these little fish. And these are from, oops, the Coral Arch. So I'm going to be using these little fishies. And I'm just going to cut those from white cardstock. Angel, are you able to share the link to the thicker white foam tape, please? Thank you. Okay. We may sneak in one of those other fish. We might need a bigger one. Yes, Dolores! Okay, so thank you everyone for helping us with the sharing feature. All right, okay. I believe I may have all of my pieces now. Okay, so for my flowers, I am going to add a touch of colour to them. I don't want to add too much because we have a lot going on in the background and maybe a little bit more going on if we add these fish. I don't know. I really wanted to add the clownfish, but I'm trying not to. Okay, so I have my flower pieces. Come on. And I was going to add a touch of pink to them, which isn't like me. I was going to use the orange sorbet, but I think that you guys are probably getting bored with me using the orange sorbet. So I'm just going to add a touch of the baby pink just in the center. I'm trying not to go any further than maybe a third of the way up the petals. And this is a dye ink, so it will kind of dry back lighter than this. So even though it looks quite shocking at the minute, it will dye back a little bit. I'm wondering whether or not I do want to put a little bit, oh, sorry, excuse me, a little bit more of a darker one in there. But to do so, I will grab a micro blending tool. Okay. Maybe that was a bit wild, but we're here now. Just trying to do it the size of the micro blending brush, but it will go back. It'll die down a little bit. Okay, so we've got those. Okay, so there's our pieces, and I use baby pink and rubelite for that one. Okay, so there's our flowers. My fishies. What color do we want these? I think they need to be orange. I think. And we're gonna need those other fish. I have lost my tweezers, so if anyone knows where I placed them, they could be quite handy for me. I knew I had them to do the jig. Aha! Put them on over on my other desk. Rookie mistake. Okay, let's go in with some orange. Tangerine Dream. And maybe some lemonade stand. You know, like when we first got like coloured cardstock and we would just use the coloured cardstock and we were like, oh yes, that looks good, it looks beautiful. And now we're like, okay, now we do ink blending more and we're like, no, I need to add more than just one colour on there. It's an obsession. Right, Tangerine Dream. I'm going in with a micro blending tool. Oh, Crystal, yes. Orange sorbet. My favourite of all time. And it works really well with purple as well. Okay, so we've added a little bit of orange to those. Do you ever sell Craft Your Life set individually, as in the different parts separately, Sue? Because if that's the question, no. It's a kit and it will always be sold as all of those products in that kit. All right. I think we're at a point where we can start. Oh, no, we aren't. We may go over. I say we may go over. We're actually over and we're going further. So, yeah, I do need to add a little bit of a colour to this. I'm just using my ink blending tools that have colour on them. It might be green, it might be blue, but just adding that little bit of a difference, I think helps. Okay. All right. I did want to show you how I did the whatchamacallit, lily pads. You can tell that I'm rushing now. And I'm just going around the outside with the kind of bigger ball tool. And that's what's going to give you, I mean, we've already added a lot of dimension. What's the point? But you can see that we've got that lip on there now. Just around the outside. Doesn't take a lot. If I wanted to soften the center, what I could do is I could go in with that lighter color again and just kind of take that out, and it will kind of bleach that color back a little bit. But yeah, that works too. The clownfish are amazing. They are my favorite. And if you wanted to get this look with the eye, I did use an acrylic marker, so a white acrylic marker, and then a little touch of black with the black one. All right, I don't think I've got time to kind of do the flowers. I'm just going to glue them together. Okay. But thankfully, I have already done the sentiments, so don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I did my sentiments already. Okay. I mean, you can use the petal shapers, but that would give me a better look than I have at the minute. This isn't looking amazing, but it's gonna be fine. But yeah, if you did use the petal shaper on these petals, it would give you such a cleaner look. I'm just rushing. Okay. Also, for two of these little pieces, I've done it again. There we go. These little flower pieces, these ones that are the tiniest, no, it's not them ones. I'm lying. Them ones stayed the same color. These circle ones, they need to be a tad darker. So I'm just going to add a little bit that I've got on my blending tool. All right, and that'll do. Right, I'm going to sit down and bring myself in. Cordelia, definitely. I am holding myself back because I know there are some copyright issues with that, so we're not going to do it. Right, okay. So I have all of my bits now, and because we have the fabulous keyhole system, I do need to pop a pin in that, do I? No, don't. Just needed to pull it out. We have the keyhole system, so it's really easy to kind of just pop these together. I was going to say figure it out. You don't need to figure it out. You just pop one on top of the other, and you're good to go. I have a little L on this one. So I am using the glue to stick these all together, because I think that maybe sticking these together with some foam tape might be going a little bit too far. She says, as we have like 12 million layers of thick foam tape, but you know what? We could have added it. So that's one. Okay, and then we have these kind of starry pieces. And then we also have the piece that kind of makes you layer the centerpiece perfectly, but you know I'm a lazy crafter and I never add that in. But if you want to, you definitely can. Okay, so we're just adding this on. Again, that piece there, if you're out with that, no one's gonna know. I love the fact that it's all kind of perfect, and then you cover over to the kind of bit that clears everything up. And then it's like, oh yeah, I did it by myself. No one's gonna know. Okay. Stick that on. This one over here. And that closes up the little piece so no one knows that you had help kind of popping those together. Right. All right. Okay. I am sorry that I was quite a bit over, everyone. I got excited. I thought that I could do something quicker than I actually could, or I was just too chatty. It might have been all these. All right, so I do want the thinner of the foam tapes for the next round of adding things on. So, okay. So before I stick anything down, I am gonna arrange things. I don't think I'm gonna need 2 of those big ones. I think 2 of the small ones is the way forward for this one. I just don't want anyone to get hungry if you're waiting for your dinner or tea. All right, okay, so I'm gonna add that on. I'm gonna add these on too. Oh, I need a small child to give this to. I don't really know anymore, I know. I'm at that stage where there's no babies. All right. Okay, so we're gonna add that on. And then we have our flowers. Oh, this is so cool. All right. And I know it sounds like I'm really patting myself on the back, but I'm not. I just love how all of these things are working together just perfectly. Right. We do have those little fish. I'm gonna see what the little fish look like, right? Okay. I mean, okay. I think they're gonna be cute because it looks like you can see them from the top. I mean, we could have definitely fitted him in, but you know what? It's fine. Everything's good. I am going to stick it on with some wet glue for now. If it does pop off the acetate, I'll use some other glue, but I think it's going to be fine. I love the little pop of orange as well. I think it needed the orange. Okay. All right. Do I put a sentiment on it? Do I leave it? Because I had the sentiments, and I think that the sentiment I've got is going to be a bit too big. Because I had these. I don't want to kind of cover that up. I would probably stamp something down here. So I am going to leave it for now. I mean, we could always stick one on, but I don't want to add any more onto that. And I think that it's okay. And what we could do is we could even add the sentiment into the card itself, because look how thick that is. But yeah. So there we go. There is the card. You can see that we have all of those different layers going on with the different colored cardstock and the different color of the sequins. I really do hope that you guys are excited about creating a shaker card, that you actually just go and grab some supplies. And if you don't have acetate, remember, just reuse your packaging. You can use the acetate from the back of the sticky mat, which I know that everyone has. Also, the kind of packaging that you get on stamps. This is what this is. This is literally a stamp packaging that I've glued together to create a shaker card. So you could do the exact same thing with that to create the kind of layers between this as well. So yes, definitely go and grab some fishy stuff and create something pretty. So hopefully this has inspired you, and hopefully you've got some tips and tricks along the way. This is why we do this, just to kind of give you some inspiration on how you can use your products. So I am going to move you up now, hopefully. All right. Hey, everyone. So thank you to everyone that has joined me. It has been a pleasure. I have enjoyed making this so much. Look how cute this is. So you can create fun layered shaker cards with the fabulous ocean frames. Use those lilies. You can use those lilies in other kind of flower arrangements that you already have as well. And those little fish, chef's kiss. Do remember, if you do want the sets that have already sold out, go to the website, pop your name down in the email list, and you will get notified when we get that back in stock. Thank you to the amazing Angel for popping in all of the links. I know there was things that I kept throwing at you, and you are a master at the links, so thank you, Angel, for that. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. And I really do hope that this inspired you to go to your craft room, go grab the supplies that you already have and create something beautiful. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And we will see you again very, very soon. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.